aligns himself with the truth, and it's time for you to choose a side.
It's time to politically crush them. It's time to break with these bullies. It's time to let them know, and they know the spirit is rising. Now, speaking of bullies, I'm going to play this clip and then play a Schaefer clip and then go to Larry Nichols. This is Jimmy Kimmel threatening to assault Fox News because Kimmel goes, oh, you know, my son has a heart problem. He won't get health care. This system will wreck our health care. It's designed to wreck our health care. That's now admitted by Pocahontas and by Ezekiel Emanuel and everybody else, and Gruber said, thank God you're so dumb. Ha, ha, ha. It triples prices. I mean, this, and then they got Kimmel up there reading out the teleprompter. He probably believes Obamacare is really free and that, you know, money grows on trees and that the tooth fairy is real. And so now he's threatening to assault someone. This is the culture. What they're being told to push is let's get aggressive. Let's hashtag hunt Republicans. Let's shoot Congressman Scalise. Let's engage in some firebomb throwing. Let's intimidate everybody. It's not intimidating us, scum. It's causing the opposite reaction, dumbass. Excuse me. Here's the clip.
Politically charged Emmys may have been the lowest rated in history, but that's not stopping Hollywood elites like comedian Jimmy Kimmel for pushing their politics on the rest of the country. Watch.
Thanks, Brian. That was Brian Kilmeade. And the reason I found this comment to be particularly annoying is because this is a guy, Brian Kilmeade, who whenever I see him, kisses my ass like a little boy meeting Batman. Oh, he's such a fan. I think he's been to the show. He follows me on Twitter. He wrote a blurb for his book, which I did. He calls my agent looking for projects. He's dying to be a member of the Hollywood elite. The only reason he's not a member of the Hollywood elite is because nobody will hire him to be one. And, you know, the reason I'm talking about this is because my son had an open heart surgery and has to have 2 more. And because of that, I learned that there are kids with no insurance in the same situation. I don't get anything out of this, Brian, you phony little creep. Oh, I'll pound you when I see you. That is my blurb.
Using his kid to sell a program that'll bankrupt the country and take health care from our children.
Your next book. Brian Kilmeade is a phony little creep. That's right.
Well, I want to tell Jimmy Kimmel something right now. Brian Kilmeade has more viewers than you do, A. And B, I've been in major Hollywood films, and I've been offered starring roles on HBO, on everything. And guess what I do now? I don't even return the phone calls, buddy. So let me tell you, my enjoyment. At the end of the day, I don't get off being a, quote, celebrity or being well-known. I get off watching Hollywood die and watching your whole sick system hang on by its fingernails, and by watching all your ratings go into the toilet, and by knowing your psychological warfare hold on all of us is almost gone. You know, 20 years ago, getting put in movies I thought was cool. And it was a little bit fun. And you go with your family to the movie, and there you are in the movie. You know what my big pleasure is? My big pleasure is saying, I don't want that major supporting role in a science fiction movie. I don't want that major role in a Western. I don't want a major role in your political thriller. I'm going to go do a super cheesy B movie with a bunch of weirdos in Texas because it's funny. And then I'm going to sit there and put it on TV and I'm going to laugh at it with my kids. It's fun. Kind of movies I'm in. Because you understand, turning down the big slick role and then going and doing the little underground thing, it's what rock and roll wishes it was. See, John Wayne was an actor and a patriot and a great guy, but he's still just an actor. But there is that real image of John Wayne that's the Americana, and I want that, you see. I want to never give in, never back down, never roll over. And I want him to put on my tombstone that he hammered their asses, that I took out the tyrants, that I ran over the scum, that I stood up against the pedophiles, not because I was some hero, but because my instincts were straight. I was lined up with God as my North Star. You couldn't keep me away from getting my hands around these people's necks politically. So Kimmel really's got a big one where he talks about his son and his heart surgery. Kimmel, I care about you and your son. And I hope you research how GMO in all rat species and in all rodent species and in all mammal species is linked to causing all sorts of heart valve defects. So that's where you start getting, is where the body kind of folds in during embryonic development. That's why you get hair lips. That's why a lot of times hair lips are associated with heart defects as well, because the body's seaming up those little things. And if there's toxins, if there's GMO, if there's vaccines, if your wife took a vaccine during the first trimester, I've got the big studies, I covered them yesterday. Even CNN had mentioned massive increase in heart valve defects. So Kimmel, why don't you tell people about the vaccines? I bet you don't know. The media will say, Jones makes fun of Kimmel's son and his heart defect. No, I care about your son and all the other kids that are getting the heart defects that are all way up, Kimmel. So why don't you stop beating up on one of the little candy asses over there at Fox News and stop using your son to talk about how you're going to kick people's asses to promote violence in America. How about that? How about you actually help some kids, buddy, instead of using your kid, instead of pimping your kid out there to push Obamacare that's designed to wreck health care. Now, maybe you don't know what you're doing, and that's okay. So we forgive you. Kimmel, good. Now, by the way, let me just say this. I don't want to go on Kimmel's show. I don't want to go on The Daily Show. I don't want to go on any of them. And we've had offers before to go on these shows. I'm not going. I piss on your. You're not real shows. You're frauds. You're crap. You're the enemy. You're cancer. Your grandma dying of a heart attack. Your grandpa with a brain tumor. Your failure. Your betrayal. Your anathema. You're a blaspheme. And you will fall. You're already falling right now. I'm sorry for your son. Did your wife take the vaccines? Been slurping that tap water? Why don't you find out why this is happening? Why don't you actually save other kids instead of using your kid to bring in socialism and globalist control for big fat cat corporations that want to make us buy overpriced health care? How about that? You ever seen my little kids on TV other than my son likes to go on? Have I used my 5-month-old daughter and Twitter and Facebook? But maybe I should because she's so cute. I love her, proud of her. Just stop it. Stop talking about how you want to do violence against somebody.